February 2021, I joined Instagram. In the year that followed, I leveled up my photography skills and got into the habit of sharing every photo I took with Instagram. And I won't lie, it helped me improve a lot. In addition to shooting nothing but vertical photos for a year, I learned how to organize my feed, optimize my colors, and improve my branding skills. But despite all this progress, it was causing me to lose my fucking mind. Instagram was getting in the way of my work, my social life, and even my mental health. That's why 1 year later I decided enough was enough, and I deleted Instagram. And chances are, you should too. Learning to post all of our best photos to Instagram will undoubtedly make us better photographers. After all, it pushes us to not only take more photos, but also to be more conscious and aware of everything from composition to colors to feelings. But while these are great benefits professionally, personally, Instagram's algorithm and culture can cause serious damage to us on a mental and even on a physical level, causing us artists to constantly compare our work to others, constantly check our likes, comments, and shares, preventing us from truly appreciating the moments we spend in line or even in bed, falling back to the pages of people we don't want in our lives, and of course distracting us from our work and the things that are really important. If we're honest with ourselves, most of us on Instagram are struggling with at least a few of these things, and many of us are letting companies like Instagram, or rather Meta, completely control what we do on a day-to-day basis. This is of course not healthy, as these companies spend billions of dollars every year in order to keep us hooked on their platforms, essentially working for them at a cost to ourselves. In the past year, Meta has spent over $14 billion in advertising, much of which is done in ways that violate our privacy and use us as products. At some point we just need to say enough is enough and mute the noise. We all know what it's like when we're going about our routine, wake up, slap face, make bed, brush teeth, slap face, make coffee, and watch the news. But then suddenly our phone lights up, telling us that something is more important, and we get sucked into a random doom scroll, often on Instagram, which is designed to show us things that will make us feel the most dissatisfied with our lives and our work. I found for my own life that I was spending way too much time on my phone in the mornings, and it became the thing you do in the evenings, all the way up until I would turn off the lights. This obviously isn't healthy for productivity or for sleep, and Instagram really was the biggest culprit here. In the past, I have strategically pulled my phone into bed with me every morning in order to keep myself from sleeping in. But after deleting Instagram, I decided I want to stop pulling my phone into bed with me altogether, which meant I had to come up with a new solution to my waking up problem. My roommate and I usually set our alarms for about 6 o'clock, as while we both struggle with getting up on time, we're also both morning people, and we like to be up as early as possible every day. However, we are still college students, and we often have to work very late into the night, especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays when we both have a class that runs from 8 to 10 p.m. But the solution kind of works itself out in a way, as by getting up earlier, we can get more done during the day, and so we can get to bed sooner in the evenings, usually by 10 or by 11 on the days when we have that late class. 8 hours of sleep is just enough more than I'm used to every morning, so that when I wake up I feel more energized and productive, and it makes it much easier to actually get out of bed when my alarm goes off. But in all honesty, I'm not sure I can take any credit for the main reason that this has been so much easier even without Instagram, which is that it's just turned springtime and this room is not air conditioned, which means that by the time I wake up I'm sweating and extremely uncomfortable. So the last thing I want to do is stay underneath a heavy blanket, and I am hoping that that will build up a habit that will carry over into the colder months as well. And of course, waking up at 6 also means it's just easier to fall asleep earlier in the day, so it's kind of a wonderful productivity cycle. I just said productivity cycle.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
What did you mean to say?
That's the worst part. Wow. I'm realizing that we're both realizing that I'm about to look like an absolute moron because I have to walk around outside vlogging, which I have not done before. I've done it on my phone. That is not the same thing. So now I've got the whole setup going on. Let's just hope that there aren't very many cars. Yeah, okay. I'll see you out there. First vlog ever, actually. Das ist das Deutsche Haus. I'm pretending like I'm learning German. not focused on my face though. Can you come here and tap my face? Thank you. So I only ever used Instagram professionally, but since my brand professionally is Daniel Klabundi, it's been really hard to have to explain to people, my friends who would follow me and say, yeah, gee, thanks for following me, but I can't follow you back because I only follow other photographers and filmmakers. I've just never really liked the idea of social media for myself, my own personal life, and I didn't like whether or not I followed someone's Instagram account who I know personally had to have some sort of real world drama around it, especially given that our Instagram lives aren't our real lives, and these are people that I know in person. In fact, the only person I followed who wasn't a photographer or filmmaker was my girlfriend, and that was just out of a feeling of guilt. And that guilt is what really brought to my attention that maybe Instagram was doing me more harm than good. On the professional side of things, Instagram really did teach me a lot about marketing and photography as well. But it also brought along a lot of unnecessary and frankly kind of meaningless stresses that weren't helping at all and were doing a lot more harm than good, and I am not the only person who's experienced this. This is my friend Ethan. He's another filmmaker and photographer who has also been taking some steps back from Instagram.
This is the take that we're doing. I am such a weird person.
I think the main issue with Instagram that I've been having and still have is the expectation to do well. And I think that's what gets to me, is the expectation that it's going to go pretty well, and then once it doesn't, you're like, oh, okay, maybe people don't like my content, maybe I'm not posting the right thing, so you start worrying, and you start, like, obsessing over it, which is not the best thing to do. What I've done recently is I've kind of just... I used to post every single day. I think I'm back to that, but I'm trying to get off that again. I used to post every single day, and you're like, now I'm trying to post at least almost every 2 days. So 3 days apart posts. So it's not as overwhelming and you're not worrying so much of having to get content out and getting likes and all that type of stuff. So I've been limiting my posting, which is really nice. And I think that you have to always keep in mind for Instagram, it's not always about community interaction. It's kind of just sharing your art. You don't have to over stress about it. Like, if you want to grow, sure, you can grow, but there's also that part of, hey, this is cool, let's post this. If it doesn't do well, who cares? It's still cool. But I think that's what I've been trying to do a little bit more. Of course, the photos that I have right now are more the professional type, but there's a lot of stuff on there that I've just kind of messed around with. A lot of my reels have just been me messing around and being like, oh, okay, this turned out cool, let's post it. And I mean, sure, they're doing well, but I think that it's more, oh, I actually made something that I kind of actually like and I'm not going to take down, unlike half my YouTube videos. But, I mean, you also got to consider that you want to limit yourself with taking the negative that comes from it of, again, low liking, low interaction, low everything like that. Yeah. You kind of got to view it as there are so many people on Instagram that trying to even get out content is a pain in the ass.
Yes. Yes.
It's just overwhelming because, like YouTube, there's so much content going out every single minute that trying to get something that sticks, you have to just keep on grinding. But I think you have to look at it and say, okay, I've been grinding for like a month and a half now. Let's take it back a little bit, de-stress, and not be so concerned about the algorithm and everything like that. Let's just post what I like, and if it does well, hey, that's cool.
It's 8 a.m. on a Saturday, and I have a video to upload on Monday. Okay, time to focus. I have all my footage ready to go, and I just need to make a few animations before I can start editing. Open Canva, new project, select my color scheme. Import some graphics, but oh wait, what was it I did in my last video? Let me check. Open YouTube, ignore the videos on my homepage, and jump straight to my channel. There's the video. Now to click on it but there's my Instagram in the top corner. One click and I can see what everyone's been up to. I can see all the things I know will destroy my productivity for the rest of the day until I only have Sunday to edit, but there it is. Yeah, that happens more often than I care to admit. Keeping Instagram in my professional life just wasn't going to cut it. I kept going back to it, and no amount of self-control or self-discipline was going to stay the urge to click. The solution was obviously to just delete the quick links from my website and my YouTube channel so that I wouldn't keep going back to it. And I did eventually do that after telling myself to for like a week. But after I did, I never went back to that site unless I legitimately needed to know something from it, like when I said the date that I joined Instagram back in the beginning of the video. So as far as what problems you faced with getting pulled back into a constant, need to upload every day and make it perfect for every post, what sort of problems did you have with that? And if you had any, what sort of solutions did you apply to prevent that from happening?
I think I worried a lot about posting like every single day because I always wanted to keep that algorithm going, because if you don't, it's just going to keep on falling down and you're just going to, the algorithm's going to push your content down. So I was always worrying, okay, I got to post. If I missed a day, I was like, oh shit, I didn't post. Now I have to restart. I don't have it right now, but I would say I used to, that you would take off Instagram off your homepage or anything like that. For example, Snapchat, I took that off my home screen now. I can't, because the amount of Snapchats that I get and the amount of people I talk to, it's just overwhelming. So just take that app off your homepage. And I also would say log out your account, and every single time you need to access it, log back in, log back out. So you're not like just clicking and being like, oh, okay, I can just check this out right now and see how it's doing, because that's over obsessing on the likes and the follows and everything like that. You don't wanna...
and that's going to get you into that constant check. That's going to take up all your time. Right?
And just in general, that's how it is with phones. Is you constantly check your phone and then you obsess of, why didn't this person text?
Awesome. Well, Ethan, thank you so much for being on. Links to Ethan's channel in the description, his Instagram as well, because apparently we're putting links to Instagram in anti-Instagram video.
Why not?
I don't know. Thanks so much, Ethan.
Yeah,
Take care.
Of course. See ya.
Having implemented these solutions, the only real way for me to see the profiles of people following me was to deliberately search up Instagram, search my account, go to the people following me, scroll all the way through until I find the people I wanted to see, and then go from there. And they also deleted the autocomplete feature from my web browser for Instagram, just to add an extra layer of friction. Our environment shapes our habits in ways we can't fight. So the secret to habit growth is learning to control our environments. A study reported in the New York Times found that people who lived 5.1 miles or more from the gym went on average once a month, while people who lived within 3.7 miles of the gym went 5 times a month or more. If you're new to the world of self-development and YouTube, this distance to the gym is what's called friction. And we can leverage friction in ways to break bad habits by adding friction and build good habits by making them easier. Removing all the quick links from my website and YouTube, and as well as getting rid of the autocomplete, turned out to be enough friction to stop me from falling back into the trap of Instagram and removing friction between me and the work that I needed to get done. But if you're going through the same thing and these solutions turn out to not be enough for you, there are some more drastic options. There are some paid services like Freedom that you can use to block certain websites, or there are the crazy options like Self-Control, with which you can completely block those sites even if you delete the application or restart your device. And of course, there's always the option to delete your account entirely if you don't think you're going to be coming back to it for ever. Having removed Instagram from my life and subsequently becoming less attached to other social media platforms like Twitter, I found myself starting my days more productively, getting out of bed on time, and getting a quicker and more mindful start to my routine. And even my evenings started to feel a little more focused and deliberate, helping me to clear my mind and relax before getting some well-earned rest. Having Instagram deleted for the past month, I've been able to think more clearly and be a little more present. And in general, I've been able to approach situations in life without the added stress that Instagram was bringing to them. And on top of all that, I felt more free in my career, resulting in my switch to a less frequent upload schedule to YouTube, but with higher quality videos, which this is the first Monday right now where I haven't uploaded a weekly video in the past 13 weeks. And it's freaking me out, but I'm loving it. And I wouldn't have done this if I hadn't deleted Instagram, which was causing me to judge my own career more than I should have been. Overall, I'm really happy with the results of deleting Instagram from my life, and I have absolutely no intentions of bringing it back anytime soon. Oh yeah. I will still plug my Instagram account, as I'm sure I'll probably go back to it in the next couple of years and Sure, it'd be nice to have more followers by that point, but I'm not going to be checking it, and I'm definitely not going to let it run my career the way I have been. It's just not a viable way of supporting what I want to do. I always thought that I needed Instagram in order to be a real photographer and get more views, and I was caught up in that mindset for almost a year before realizing that nothing was actually coming from it, and I was just wasting my time and mental energy on something that I wasn't getting anything in return for. If you're a photographer, filmmaker, or creator in general, and let's be honest, most of my viewers probably are, then I urge you to consider not what Instagram and other social media platforms could be bringing to you in your business, but what they actually are bringing to you in your business. And maybe it's doing great things for you, but if you're like me, then I urge you to try this. Delete Instagram from your phone for 1 week and see what happens. If you can stick to it, then I can personally guarantee that your quality of thought and your quality of work will drastically increase as a result, and feel free to let me know how that goes down in the comments. Anyway, that is all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and all of that. As I mentioned, I'm uploading less frequently now. It's going to be bi-weekly, so every other week. Because between school and everything else on my plate, I just didn't have enough time to put in the quality per video that I really wanted to. So pulling that back to make the videos better. Again, this is a result of, not having so much judgment from Instagram or in my head from Instagram. So I highly recommend. Hopefully you guys can notice a difference, but that's all I got for you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.